So today we will start lesson 2. Lesson 2 is about comparing and ordering rational numbers. Comparing and ordering rational numbers. Okay, so the first point in this lesson is how to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Okay, how to represent rational numbers on the number line. So if this one is the number line and here 0, so simply guys, the right side will be for the positive numbers. So here the positive numbers, and the left side of 0, okay, will be the negative numbers. So this means simply number line will be like that, 0, and this is the positive side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And on the left side, -1, -2, -3, and so on. Correct?
Yes.
The next point here is how to represent the rational number on the number line. Okay, so this is the number line. So this means if I want to represent a number like 3, okay, on the number line, so this is very simple. This will be the number line, 0, -1, -2, 1, 2, 3. So to represent the 3 on the number line, actually this will be my number. This one is 3. That's it. Right?
هو احنا عادي ممكن نزود على نيجاتيف 2 عادي نزود على نيجاتيف 2
Oh, no problem. No problem. You can write here also 4 and then 5 and so on. But here we can write down -3. Then if it's like that, so -4, -5, no problem. Okay. But the main point here is to represent the number 3. So this is my number here. Okay, it's between 2 and 4 on the positive direction, of course. So this is very easy. But if the question is like that, represent 3/4 on the number line. Now concentrate with me very well. The first point here, we have to know the two numbers which 3/4 lies between. I mean to that 3/4 actually lies between 0 and 1, right?
Yes.
Because simply 3/4 equals 0.75. So it's less than 1 and greater than 0. So this number 3/4 is greater than 0 and less than 1. So it lies between 0 and 1. So on the number line, if this one is 0 and this one is 1, this one is 2, and this one is -1. So this means 3/4 will be here between 1 and 0. But where exactly? How to represent it? This is the main point. To represent the rational number on the number line, first, convert these two numbers, I mean this one and this one, into fractions. So, which fractions exactly? A fraction with the same denominator of your number. So this means I want to represent this number as a number over 4, and this one also a number over 4. The same denominator. Of course, 0 means it's 0/4, or another way, okay, we can say that just I will multiply 0 times 4, so it will equal 0, and 1 times 4 equals 4. Are we clear till this point?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next point.
Mister, how that will be 4?
4 over 4, because 4
How?
over 4 equals 1, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, because 1 means it's 4 over 4, correct?
Correct.
So how to
Yeah.
write it without confusion? Again, how to write it without confusion? We said that we have to convert this number and this number 0 and 1 into fraction. Which fraction? A fraction with a denominator of 4. I mean the same denominator of my number. So this one will becomes a number over 4, and this one also will becomes a number over 4. How to get the numerator? Just multiply 0 times 4 like that. So it will becomes 0, and 1 times 4, so it will becomes 4. Now the next step is to divide the distance between the two numbers into 4. Again, 4 equal parts. So divide this distance into 4 equal parts like that. 1, 2, 3, and the last one will be the 4th. So now equal 4 distance. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Then now the first one is 0 over 4. Then the next is 1 over 4. The second 2 over 4. The third 3 over 4. Okay, then finally the last one is 4 over 4. So now where is my number? It's a 3 over 4. Actually, it's this one. That's it. Again from the beginning. One more time. If I want to represent 3 over 4 on the number line. So 3 over 4, as we said, 3 over 4, it's greater than 0 and less than 1. So it lies between 0 and 1. Okay? عليكم السلام.
بس لو
Okay,
سمحت
so
يعني ينفع تبقى تفكرنا بعد كده؟
now how to represent 3 over 4 on the number line. We said that 3 over 4, it's greater than 0 and less than 1. So this means 3 over 4 lies
مستر الصوت
between...
بيقطع.
Okay, just 1 second.
That's from him, not you, because your
Maybe
sound is good.
Yeah, you're not
Okay.
lagging.
I can hear you clear.
Okay, great. So now the number line at this point will be 0. This one will be -1, 1, 2, like that. So how to represent 3 over 4? As we said, okay, it lies between 0 and 1. So the first point is to convert the number 0 and the number 1 into fractions with a denominator same like this one exactly of my fraction. So this means I want to write down 0 as a fraction, and its denominator is 4, and 1 also the same. How to write the numerator? 0 multiplied by 4 equals 0. 1 multiplied by 4 equals 4. That's it. Then the next step is to divide the distance between the two numbers into 4 equal distance. Okay? So now, this will be the first part, second, third, then the last one will be the fourth one. So the first point will be 1 over 4. The second will be 2 over 4. Then this one will be 3 over 4. And the last, it's already 4 over 4. So now, what is 3 over 4? Actually, it's this one. So this is my number, 3 over 4. Of course, guys, we have to draw it using the ruler, okay? And to divide the distance between this one also using the ruler, okay? So try to make it, okay, on a graph paper like that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So now, if the
Mr.
question
means
is
we
like
have
this, if the number is like that, 7 over 5. So in this case, first we have to know listen. In this case, we have to know, okay, exactly where is that number. So 7 over 5, if we will check that one by using the calculator, we will find that it will equal 1.4.
1.45.
Okay, so 1.4 means it lies between 1 and 2, correct? So this means 7 over 5, it's greater than 1 and less than 2. So on the number line, if this one is 0, this one is -1, 1, 2, 3. So my number lies between 1 and 2. Okay, so the first step, I have to convert these two numbers into fractions with the same denominator of my fraction. So this means 1 will becomes a number over 5, and 2 also will becomes a number over 5. How to get the numerator? Simply 1 times 5 means 5. 2 times 5 means 10. Okay? And actually, that's correct. 5 over 5 equal 1, and 10 over 5 means 2. Then the next step is to divide the distance between the two numbers into equal 5 parts, because the denominator here is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one will be the fifth part. So the first number will be 1 over 5. The second will be 2 over 5, 3 over 5, 4 over 5. Oh, sorry, no. Sorry, guys, I'm mistaken. Here, the next number, here it's 5 over 5, so 6 over 5, 7 over 5,
Enter here. We
8 over 5, 9 over 5. So where is 7 over 5 here now? 7 over 5, actually, it's this one. So this is my number. This one is 7 over 5. Okay, guys? One more question if the number is like that. -24 over 9. So simply as usual, here we will check by using the calculator the value of -24 over 9. Actually, we will find that it will equal 3 or 2 point what?
equal negative 2.6 over dot يعني 6 على dot عشان هي
Okay,
6
so -2. Okay, see, 1 second. Never use the non-terminating decimal or the recurring decimal, that one, and place it on the 6. Yani it's 2.6 now, -2.6. Okay, so everything what's required on the question.
Above the 6 dot.
You know, so here it's 2.666 like that. So 2.66. I don't care about that. Only I will write the number. Okay, no need to place dot like that. This one is a different type of questions. Okay, so
Teacher,
just write it like
can I
this.
see how we can order it on the line?
No. Listen to me. All of you, listen to me first. Okay, because I'm still explaining. So now this number, and concentrate well, it's a -2.66. Okay, so this means -24 over 9 is greater than and less than. It's a -2.66, so it's greater than -2. So a -3 and less than -2, right? It lies between -2 and -3. So it's greater than -3. Because guys, as we know, -1, -2, -3, and 0 like that. So -1, of course, greater than -3, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, because the value of the negative number becomes smaller, okay, if the number becomes greater. So this means -1 greater than -100. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay, I
Yes.
just want to confirm that point. Okay, so this means it's greater than -3 and less than -2. Now on the number line, 0, 1, -1, -2, -3. Now, convert these two numbers, the -2 and -3, into a fractions with a denominator of 9, right?
Right.
So here,
Right.
this number will be over 9, and this number will be over 9. Okay, get the numerator. 2 times 9, it's a -2 times 9, -18. -3 times 9, it's -27. Now, what will be the next step? I'm going to divide the distance between, okay, these two numbers into 9 equal parts, correct? Because the denominator is 9, so the number of parts will be 9 parts. Okay, so here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay,
Okay.
so now start to write down the numbers. So the first one will be -19 over 9. This one will be -20 over 9. Of course, the distance is very small, so I'll do it one more time like that. If this one is -2 and this one is -3, okay, so we said that this one is -18 over 9 and this one is -27 over 9. Now divide it into 9 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one is the 9. Okay, so the first number will be -19 over 9. Then the next one, -20 over 9, -21 over 9, and so on. So where is my number here? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So this is my number, -24 over 9. Okay, guys, are we clear till this point? One more question like this. Represent 18 over 8. The first step is to know the value of this number. Actually, 18 over 8, it will equal 2 point, okay? Use the calculator to get the result. 2 point what? 2 point something, I don't care.
2.25.
Okay, 25. I don't care about that. Only I just know that it's 2 point something. So 2 point something means it lies between 2 and 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now the number line. This one, 0, -1, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, now convert the two numbers, 2 and 3, into fractions with this denominator. So this means 2 and 3, I have to change this one. I'll make
8.
2 here. So
Eight.
here it will be a number over 8, and this one also a number over 8. How to get the numerator? 2 times 8, 16. Here, 3 times 8,
8
24.
equals 24.
Okay, now divide the distance between the two numbers into
8.
8 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one is 8. Now, what is my number? It's 18. So the next number to this one, it's a 16.
17.
So this one is 17 over 8. Then this is my number, 18 over. So my number will be here. That's it. Okay, guys, now it becomes more clear. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, thank you.
Okay, next part is comparing and ordering rational numbers. Guys, we just understood the concept for how to write the numbers or how to represent the numbers on the number line. So this means if there is a number line like that, and there is one point here, it's A, and one point here, it's B. What do you think? A is greater than B or B greater than A? Of course.
B greater than A.
B greater than A.
B greater than
C
A.
is the positive,
Exactly.
positive one.
Exactly. I don't know which one in the positive part or negative part. Actually, I don't know because 0 or the reference here is not represented. So even if they are negative or positive, so if this one is 2, for example, so this one must be more than 2, like 3, right? So of course be greater than 3, right?
Yeah.
And if it's in the
Right.
negative direction, okay, so if this one is negative, so this means if this one is negative 2
is
and this
greater.
one negative 3, so of course also be
So
greater than
negative 2 is bigger.
exactly. So in the
Negative
two
2 is
cases,
bigger.
exactly. So in the two cases, or generally, B is greater than A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so on the number line, if this one is 0, okay, and there is some numbers here and numbers here, so this will be negative, and this will be positive. So simply, okay, of course, any positive number
Is greater than negative number.
The negative.
greater than any negative number. Also, 0
The 0 is
greater
bigger
than,
than the negative.
guys, I said that all of you listen to me, okay? So 0 greater than any negative number, okay? So
Yeah.
this means simply if this one is 2 over 3 and this one is negative 9 over 7. So of course 2 over 3 is greater than negative 9 over 7. Because we just said that any positive number greater than any negative number. And 0 always greater than any negative number. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if there is a question like that, there is some numbers like 7 over 5 and 0 and 9 over 5 and 2 and negative 1. Represent these numbers on the number line and arrange them ascendingly. Okay? Ascendingly means
From the smaller to the greatest.
From the small to the greatest.
ascendingly means from the smaller to the greater. So first I want to represent these numbers. So this is the number line. If this one is 0 and this one is 1, this one is 2, if this one is negative 1 and negative 2. Okay, so how to represent the first number? 7 over 5. 7 over 5, by using the calculator, we will find that it will equal 1.2. So 1.2, it's greater than 1 and less than 2. So this means 7 over 5 will be between these two numbers. Correct? So this means at the first point, I have to convert these
Correct.
two numbers into fractions. So at which denominator? 5, of course. So this one will be over 5, and this one will be a number over 5. 1 times 5 means 5, 2 times 5 means 10. Now, where is 7 over 5? Divide the distance between the two numbers into 5 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one will be the 5. So the next one, this one is 6 over 5. And then this is my number, 7 over 5. So 7 over 5 is this one. 7 over 5. Then the next number, 0. This one, of course. 9 over 5. Actually, it's this one before 10 over 5. So this is 9 over 5. So this is 9 over 5. Then 2. This is 2. Negative 1. Negative 1. Now, arrange the numbers ascendingly from the smaller. So the smallest number here, according to the number line, it will be negative 1, right? Because it's on the negative board and it was the last number on the negative board, right? So negative 1, then the greater will be 0. Then the next number will be 7 over 5. Then 9 over 5. Then the last one or the greater one will be 2. That's it.
2.
Now, guys, is it clear?
Mister, can you say it again from the
Yes, of
first?
course. Yes, yes. Again, guys.
مثلا انا عندي سؤال، هو مثلا لو جاب لي 9 over 4 وحط لي النيجاتيف جنبيهم في النص، ما حطش النيجاتيف ولا في النيميريتور ولا في الدينومينيتور، يبقى كده النيجاتيف موجودة في الاثنين.
No, this means it's a negative number. Like that.
يعني النيميريتور هو اللي
Negative 2
هيكون فيه
over 3. Negative 2 over 3, like that. We said that it's the same like negative 2 over 3. Also, we said that it's like 2 over negative 3. The three numbers are negative.
اوكي
Okay?
اوكي.
Okay, now get back to the question. Here we want to arrange these numbers ascendingly. We just said that ascendingly means from the smaller to the greater. Okay, so first we have to represent all numbers on the number line like that. This one is 0, this one is negative 1, and this one is 1, and this one is 2. Now, the first number is 7 over 5. We said that 7 over 5 equal 1.2. So
Mister, 9 over 5. What's equal what?
equal 1.8. Okay. So let's continue, and then I will explain it when we reach 9 over 5. So 7 over 5, guys, just use the calculator. That's it, simply. 7 over 5, it will equal 1.4, not 1.2, right? 1.4 over 7 over 5, yes, 1.4. So now, how to represent this number 7 over 5? It's between 1 and 2. So convert the two numbers 1 and 2 into fractions with the denominator is 5. Okay, so now here this one will be a number over 5, and this one also will be the same, a number over 5. How to get numerator? Just to multiply it. So 1 times 5 means 5, 2 times 5 means 10. Okay, guys? So now this one will become 5 over 5, and the other one will be 10 over 5. The next step, we are going to divide the distance between these two numbers into 5 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one will be 5, right? So now the first number will equal 6 over 5, then 7 over 5, then 8 over 5, then 9 over 5. Okay, so I want to represent 7 over 5, so 7 over 5, this one. Next number is 0, this one. 9 over 5, it's here. 2, here. Negative 1, there on the left. Now, arrange the numbers ascendingly. From the smaller to the greater means this direction. So negative 1, first one, then 0, then 7 over 5,
7 over 5,
then 9 over 5,
5.
then 2. That's it. Okay, now it becomes more clear.
Yes, becomes more clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's general rules, guys, to compare between the rational numbers. So concentrate with me very well. Actually, as we said, 0 greater than any negative number, any positive number greater than any negative number, right?
Right.
Okay, so if there's two fractions like that, two rational numbers like 7 over 10 and 8 over 10. In this case, if the two denominators are the same, so the greater numerator is the greater number. So denominator 1 equals denominator 2. In this case, so the number with the greater numerator will be the greatest. So 7 over 10 and 8 over 10. Which one is greater, 7 or 8? Because
8 over 10.
So 8 over 10, of course, is the greater. Okay, if it's like that, 7 over 10 and 7 also, but over 9. Now, numerator 1 equal numerator 2. So if the two numerators are equal, okay, in this case, the number with the smaller, not the greater, the smaller denominator is the greater. So 7 over 9, of course, is greater than 7 over 10. And also it's illogically, guys, right? Here you are dividing 7 by 9 and 7 by 10. What do you think? Which one will be the greater? If you will divide 7 by 9 or 7 by 10? Of course, by 9, right?
7 by 9. Right.
So 7 over 9 greater than 7 over 10. So in case of that, if the two numerators are equal, therefore the number which has the smaller denominator will be the greater.
Mr.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
the second one? How the second one
مستر
is
هو احنا
bigger
نقدر
than the
نعمل
other?
كروس مالتيبليكيشن؟
Just 1 second. I will tell you one simple rule, okay, so that it will help you too much. Okay.
اوكي.
I just explained to you the rules. Then there is one simple method to solve the question in a second. Okay. So, as we said, if the two denominators are the same, so the greater numerator will be the greater number. If the two numerators are the same, then the smaller denominator will be the greater.
الو الصوت بيقطع.
ايوه يا مستر الصوت فعلا بيقطع.
الو يا جماعة في حد سمع مستر الصوت
Okay, the smaller, listen, so the smaller denominator will be the greater number. Okay, so, but there's one simple rule we can use it. How? We can just use the cross multiplication for the two fractions. 7 times 9, it's a 63. 10 times 7, it's a 70. Which number is the greater? 70. 70 related to this fraction, so this fraction greater than this one. That's it. Again, two numbers, 2 over 5, 3 over 7. 2 times 7, 14. 5 times 3, 15. Which one is greater? 15. So this means 3 over 7 greater than 2 over 5. Correct?
مستر هو ده اللي كان قصدي عليه اللي احنا نعمل كروس مالتيبليكيشن 7 ملتبلاي 2 دي هتبقى هنا 14 و5 ملتبلاي 3 تبقى 15 بس هو ده اللي كان.
Exactly, yes.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
So how do I know that? How do I know that 2 multiply 7 goes with 2 over 5 and 3 multiply 5 goes with 3 over 7? So it can be 2 multiply 7 goes with 3 over 7.
No,
so how do I know?
Just to concentrate. That's what I'm going to explain it right now. The most important point, guys, if there are two fractions like this, 2 over 5 and 3 over 7. Okay, just 1 second, guys. 2 over 5 and 3 over 7. So concentrate well in the procedures. I have to start with the first number. 2 times 7, then 14. Are we okay till now? Then the next number. 5 times 3, so it's 15. So now 15 greater than 14, so 3 over 7 greater than 2 over 5. Now it becomes clear or not yet?
Clear, Mr.
Becomes clear, more
Okay.
clear.
Okay, great. So always, whenever you see two fractions and you want to compare between them, like 2 over 5 and 2 over 9, so simply 2 times 9, 18. Then
2
5
over 5
times
is
2
greater.
means 10. That's it. So 18 is greater. So 2 over 5 is greater. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Let's solve some examples like this one. I want to compare between 5 over 12 and 7 over 12. So simply, 5 times 12, it's a 60. 12 times 7, it's a 84. So which one is the greater? 84. So 7 over 2 greater than
84.
7 over 12, sorry, greater than 5 over 12. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, if the two numbers like this, 1 over 4 and negative 5 over 6. Here I will do nothing. Why? Because here it's very clear that there is a one negative and one positive. So the positive is greater, of course, without any check, right?
Yeah, Mister, because the
Yes.
positive wins against the negative.
Exactly. Two different signs, so the greater is the positive. Okay. If it's like this, 11 over 12, 11 over 15. We can use cross multiplication or also
11 over 12.
11
okay,
over 2.
also we can say that, okay, two numerators are equal, so the smaller denominator is the greater. So 11 over 12 greater than this one, of course, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
If it's a 6 over 12
يا مستر
and 2,
احنا لو عملنا له cross multiplication عملنا 12 multiply 11 15 multiply 11 هتبقى برضو 11 over 12 هي الأكبر صح؟
of course, yes. Okay, because 11 times 12, first 11 times 15, it will equal 165, I think. 165, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and 12 times 11, it will equal
12 times 11
100.
it will be
No,
equal
no.
130
It will go 132.
132.
Which number is the greater? 165. So this means 11 over 12 is
11
the
over
greater.
12.
Okay, if the two numbers is like that, 6 over 12 and 2 over 3. So 6 times 3, 18, 12 times 2, 24. So 24 is the greater, therefore 2 over 3 is the greater, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay. If I'm comparing between two different types of numbers, decimal number and so now convert this one into fractions. 3.2 means it's a 32 over 10, and this one is 11 over 2. Now use cross multiplication. 32 times 2 equals 64. 10 times 11, 110. Which one is the greater? 110, of course. So 11 over 2 greater than 3.2. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
ممكن احنا ممكن نجيبها بالتقريب يا مستر.
What do you mean by approximation? Huh?
So we can here say that 11 about 5 twos and in 32 about 3 tens. So 3 and 5, like, it's not very near. We can say that 5 is more than 3 immediately.
Okay, so this is this way, it depends on the person self, okay? Maybe someone
Like,
can
it
use
doesn't need
this
a lot
one.
of multiplication.
It's cross multiplication is the systematic method, okay?
Okay.
Okay. If I'm comparing between two numbers like that, 3 over 8 and 23%, okay, no problem. It's a 3 over 8
Easy,
and
Mister.
20% is 23 over 100.
100.
So now 300 and this one 184, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
which one is the greater? 300, of course. So 3 over 8 is the greater. That's it. Okay, guys? Any questions till now?
No. And more clear.
Okay, great.
Uh,
One important question. If the numbers like that, it's absolute value of 10 over 15 and 2 over 3. In this case, guys, it's not a negative number and a positive number because here absolute value means a positive, right?
Yes.
Okay, and this number is 2 over 3. Now, use the cross multiplication here, 30, here, 30. So they are equal, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay, so do we have any questions until this point?
No, thank you.
No.
Okay, great. The next point, actually, it's the density of the rational number. Density of rational number means many different numbers, okay, between
Mister,
each
what
two
means
numbers.
the density of the rational number?
I'm going to explain it. Density of the rational number means what? Actually, between
I
every
can see you.
two
I can't see
numbers,
your share screen.
between every two numbers, any two numbers,
Mister, I
like one
can't
of
see your share screen.
I think the problem is from your side, from your internet connection, maybe. Guys, do you have a problem in the shared screen or not?
No.
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 Okay, so it's from your side. Yes, so try to rejoin the session, okay? So now 1 over 2 and another number like 2 over 5. Actually, between these two numbers or any other numbers, there is infinite number of numbers.
يعني يا مستر ما فيش between ما بينهم.
Infinite means too much numbers, you can't count them. Infinite, okay? So here, the density of the rational number, okay, means the different forms of the rational number. Okay, like if there's a number like 1 over 2, I can write this number in different forms. I mean, different forms of the number, but the same value. Do you still remember lesson 1? We said that we can multiply it by 5 over 5, for example. Okay, so it will equal 5 over 10. So now 1 over 2 equals 5 over 10. It's the same value, but different form. Also, I can multiply it by 10 over 10. So it will equal 10 over 20. Actually, this one equal to this one equals 1 over 2. Different forms. Actually, this one is the rational number density. Okay, so it means that the different forms of the number. So the question will be like that, guys. Find 5 rational numbers between
مستر أعتقد لو هو في الأسئلة بس بيجيب يعني لا 2 لا 3 لا 4 أما ال
No
5
problem.
كتيرة.
Okay, ما فيش مشكلة. Okay, here we will get 5. Okay.
أوكي. مش
Okay.
إحنا هنا بنعمل multiply 2 أو multiply 10.
But 1 second. Listen to me carefully and concentrate. Here the two numbers are 1 over 2 and 5 over 7. First step, unify the denominators.
اللي هو واحد المقامات صح؟
Exactly. So here we have to use the common denominator for the two fractions. So it's 1 over 2 and 5 over 7. So simply, guys, the most easiest method is to do like that. 1 times 7, it will be 7 over. And another number is 2 times 5, it will be 10 over. 7 times 2, it's 14. Right?
Right.
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 So now,
يا مستر الصوت بيقطع.
guys, my voice is cut out or what?
No,
No.
Mr. It's perfectly.
No, it's clear.
Right.
No, maybe you have a problem from your side. Check your internet connection. Okay, so here, the two numbers will becomes 7/14 and 10/14. Okay, so if I want to write down 5 rational numbers
يا
between the
مستر
two
الصوت بيقطع والله.
I don't know. All of your colleagues said that it's okay. I don't know. The problem, of course, 100% from your side.
الو.
No problem.
These two numbers. Now the numbers becomes 7/14 and 10/14. So of course, the numbers which are between these two numbers, 7/14, then it will be 8/14 and 9/14, then 10/14. So only two numbers are between these numbers, right? But in the question, it's required to get 5.
Mister, how did you change it the
denominators,
10 over
the
14
numbers?
into 9 over
Okay,
9 over
let me
14?
explain it to you again. Let me explain it to you again, simply step by step. Here, the most easiest method is to multiply the two denominators. So the two denominators will be 14. Are we clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then the first number will be 1 times 7. The second number will be 2 times 5. Now it becomes more clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, what are the numbers between 7/14 and 10/14? It's 8/14, 9. On the last time we wrote 8/10 by mistake or what? I think we wrote 8/10, right?
What? I didn't listen.
I thought
8/14.
we wrote 8/10 over 14. The denominator is 14. So 8/14, 9/14, 10/14, 11.
Teacher, you said between half and
Oh,
5/7.
sorry guys, yes. 8 and 9 only, yes. Okay, so 8 and 9
It's
over
just still
14.
3 numbers.
Okay, so now I want 5 rational numbers, not 2.
Multiply 2
simply-
or divide 2.
Exactly. So I can multiply the two numbers by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that. Okay, I'm always prefer to multiply the numbers by 10. You know, by 10 you will get a huge amount of numbers between the two numbers. So instead of writing the two numbers and then continue, no. Then the first number will be 7/14. The second number will be 10/14.
Teacher,
Before
but
Means
write down,
8.
Teacher, but 7/14 is not between 7/14 and 10/14.
no. I just wrote the two numbers,
Yeah,
7/14
okay.
and 10/14. Then just to multiply it directly by 10, not by 2, by 3 or 5. No, by 10. So
70 over 140.
10/10, it will be equal
70 over
70/140. And this one also by 10/10, it will equal 100/140, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So now what do you think? Can you write down 5 numbers between this? No, we can
No.
write not only 5, 10 or 12 or 20 numbers or 25. Actually, there's starting from 71/140 till 99/140. So you want only 5 numbers? Okay, 71/140.
About more than 25 numbers.
72/140, 73/140, 74/140, 75/140, whatever. So too much numbers are between now. That's
Teacher,
why
we
I
can
told
even multiply by 1,000, yes?
no, but it's a
No.
So just use, it's enough to multiply it by 10, so that you will get the number of numbers, okay, you want, and also it will be easy to multiply the numbers. So here, just to multiply it by 10/10, like that. I'm going to solve one more question, guys. Okay, one more question. If the two numbers like this, 1/3 and 1/2, and I want to get 5 rational numbers. We said that the two numbers are 1/3 and 1/2, so unify the two denominators. So just to multiply
2/6
denominators,
and 3/6.
6 and 6, correct? Because I will multiply the two denominators. Then the first number, 1 times 2. The second number, 3 times 1. Now, write down the numbers, 2/6, 3/6, times 10/10 directly. Now it will equal 20/60. And this one, 30/60. So there are too much numbers, about 10 numbers here. So 21/60 and 22/60, 23/60, 24/60. Okay, 25/60, 26/60, 27/60. All these numbers, we can write 5 from these numbers, right?
مستر
Yeah.
Yes.
هو احنا ليه بنحط 10 over 10 يعني ليه مش أي رقم تاني؟
What? I didn't hear you. Huh?
ليه بنعمل multiply 10 over 10 يعني ليه مش أي رقم تاني؟
I said that you can multiply by any number, but I preferred to multiply the number by 10/10 so that I will get.
Yeah, because it can be on a small number, because we don't want a big number and there will be a lot of numbers.
Yes, so that we can get a lot of numbers between the two numbers. That's
And
it.
it will be more easier than the
Yes.
another.
Okay. Because now, you know, here, if I will say that I will multiply it by 2/2. Okay, go ahead. So 2/6, 3/6, times 2/2, times 2/2. It will equal 4/12, and this one is 6/12. So only one number in between, 5/12. I want 5 numbers. That's why I said just to multiply it by 10/10. Then you will get a lot of numbers, right?
Yes. Okay.
That's
But
correct.
multiplying it by 10, 2/2 is correct, 3/3 correct, 4/4, 5/5, whatever. All are correct. But the issue here, how many
problem
numbers
has
you will get
you
between the two numbers? I want
numbers.
5. Okay, so in this case, all questions like that, just multiply it by 10/10. You will get a lot of numbers. Then just write 5. Is it okay, guys?
Thanks.
Yeah,
Now it becomes clear?
Miss.
Hmm?
Thanks.
Okay, guys, do we have any questions?
Can you repeat it again, please?
No,
يا مستر أنا ما فهمتش الحصة كانت قطع من أول اللي هي 7 over 10 بتاع 7 over 14 وكده.
Okay, I'm going to explain one more question. Concentrate with me. If I want to get 5 rational numbers, between 2/3 and 1/5. So the first step, 2/3 and 1/5, unify the two denominators. So the two denominators will be 3 times 5, so it's 15. Then the first number will be 2 times 5, so 10. And the second number, 3 times 1, it's a 3. So here I want to get 5 rational numbers. Okay, so here actually there's 5 numbers or more. So directly I can write the answer 4/15 and 5/15 and 6/15, 7/15, 8/15, 9/15. All these numbers between these two numbers, right? But in the
مستر أنا
question,
عندي يا مستر طريقة تانية. إحنا مثلا لما نعمل 3 multiply 5 تبقى 15، فإحنا نعمل 15 divided 3 هيطلع 5. 5 multiply 2 equal 10. إحنا بنعملها بالطريقة دي في المدرسة.
no problem. Okay, you can use a different way like that. Okay,
That's too long.
It's 2 over 3 and 1 over 5. So the denominators will be 15 and this one is 15. Okay, so there's another method. 15 divide 3 equal 5 times 2 equal 10. 15 divide 5 equal 3 times 1 equal 3. So the same. Okay, you will get the same numbers. Okay, guys?
Okay,
So
mister.
let's solve one
Okay.
example like this. If I want to get 5 rational numbers between 1 over 2 and 5 over 7. Now, 1 over 2 and 5 over 7, the denominator will becomes 2 times 7, which is 14. Correct? So the first number will be 1
Yeah,
times
that's
7,
correct.
which is 7, 2 times 5, which is 10. Now, multiply the two numbers by 10 over 10 directly to get
Mister,
a lot of
all of
numbers.
the time, every time it will be 14. Always it will be 14. The denominator will be 14 every all of the times. Or
What do you
all
mean by all of the times? In all of the questions or on this question exactly?
means always it will be 14. The denominator will be 14.
Always when? In which question? That's what I mean. Here
all-
or in all questions?
In all of the questions.
Of
It will
course no. Of course no. Of course no. Of course no. If the two numbers like that, 1 over 2 and 1 over 3, so you have to multiply the denominators. Here it will be 6.
يا
Correct?
مستر احنا نقدر نعملها multiply 2.
So now here we will multiply the two numbers by 10, so it will equal, this one is 14. 1 second. 7 times 10 equals 70 over 14 times 10, it's 140. And here also 10 over 10, 100 over 140. So now there are too much numbers between 70 and 100 over 40. You can write down 71 over 140, 72 over 140, 73 over 140, 74 over 140,
73, 74,
right?
75.
80 over 140, 90 over 140, 100 over 140. All these are correct. So you will get a lot of numbers when you just multiply it by 10 over 10 in one time. Not to multiply it by 2 over 2, then you will get only two numbers. So I need two or three more numbers. Then I have to multiply it again by 3 over 3 or 4 over 4. So just do it in one time. Multiply it by 10 over 10, right?
Right.
Like this question, I'll show you. If I want to get 5 numbers between 1 over 2 and 1 over 3, so now the denominator here will be 6, which is 2 times the 3. And the numerator first will be 3, second will be 2. Actually, now there is no numbers between these two numbers. Okay, if I want to multiply it by 2, so 2 over 6 times 2 over 2, it will equal, and the 3 over 6 times 2 over 2, it will equal 4 over 12, and this one 6 over 12. Only one number, 5 over 12. I want 5 numbers. So again, multiply the numbers by 3 over 3, 2 over 6 times 3 over 3 equal 6 over 18.
لا
And
مستر انا
3
بعملها 2
over
over
6.
6 بقى
Listen,
اكون
listen,
اكمل
listen.
multiply
3
2 over
over
10.
3, it will equal 9 over 18. So now only 7 over 18, 8 over 18. Only two numbers. So I still need two more numbers. I want 5. And instead of all that, we will just multiply the numbers directly by 10 over 10, like that. 3 over 6 times 10 over 10. 2 over 6 times 10 over 10. So it will equal 30 over 60. Here, 20 over 60. In this case, I can write all the numbers, okay, like 21 over 60, 22 over 60, 23 over 60, 24 over 60, 25 over 60, 26 over 60, 27 over 60, and so on. I want only 5 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is another more numbers. So that's why we said just to multiply it by 10 over 10. What? At once. And to get the numbers directly without multiplying by 2 over 2 and then 3 over 3. And even you can try one more time, 4 over 4. No need to all these operations. Just do it at one step, 10 over 10. Okay, guys, are we clear now?
Yeah, Mr.
Yes,
Clear.
more clear.
Okay, great. So actually that was the lesson 2. Hopefully all of you understood all the points in this lesson.